blockchain technology. Have you heard about blockchain technology? And have you heard about cryptocurrency? Blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, have you heard about that? So have you heard about digital rupee that is going to be launched by the RBI? So central bank digital currency, CBDC. So in this context, blockchain technology could be a probable topic. Okay, so we have to understand what is blockchain technology and what are the various aspects we will use with the help of blockchain technology. Okay, so blockchain technology. So what is it? So can anyone say what is blockchain technology? Blockchain technology means what? What is blockchain technology in simple fashion? See, usually if you are just going for any transactions, there would be a ledger mechanism that you will use. Ledger mechanism means where all the transactions would be recorded, like a kind of entry book where one transaction, credit, debit, passbook like kind of thing. One credit would be there, one debit would be there likewise. So ledger technology, ledger means, ledger's sheet means where you will have entries related to spends and credits and debits likewise, you remember. Okay, so in simple fashion to say what is blockchain technology, it is a kind of digital ledger technology. Okay, so basically to say it is a kind of digital ledger technology. That means when you transact anything on digital platform, by using this technology, you can record all the transactions. That, let's say, for example, let's say Mukul has done a transaction. So then on internet, on this ledger technology, it would be shown that Mukul has initiated a transaction. Okay, like all of those can see, like there would be under this what will happen. So it is a kind of other important thing that you have to keep in mind is it is a kind of decentralized ledger technology. Decentralized ledger technology means there will not be a central authority to monitor this. All the people who are the participants of this, they themselves will manage that one. There won't be, for example, if we talk from the financial transactions. So which is the apex authority to monitor all the financial transactions in India? RBI. Like for example, if you say in any other countries, so for every country there would be a central bank. Like for us, we have RBI. RBI will record all the transactions which happens. Let's say for example, from one person to another person. Let's say for example, Vivek is sending some money to, let's say, Vishal. So obviously this would be transacted and this transaction would be represented and stored in the central bank for future references. So in blockchain technology, there won't be a kind of central authority to monitor such kind of transactions. It is a decentralized ledger technology where things would be based on peer-to-peer transfer. Okay, peer-to-peer, person-to-person transaction will happen. So it is another thing you have to remember that it is a kind of peer-to-peer technology. Peer-to-peer technology. It's a digital ledger technology. Ledger means, again I am saying, ledger is nothing but it's a sheet where you can enter all the transaction details. Okay, so it's a digital ledger technology. It's a decentralized ledger technology where we don't have any central authority, and it's the peer-to-peer technology. Okay, and what kind of technique would be used for operation of this? Means usually blockchain technology will use cryptographic techniques. Okay, so it utilizes cryptographic techniques. So what do you mean by cryptographic techniques? Cryptography means the process of encrypting something so that only the members can see or authorized persons can see, and without authorization you cannot have access to that. That process or that kind of techniques are not nothing but cryptography, encryption. It's a kind of encoding so that no one can watch it, no one can have access to that, only authorized persons can have. Yes.
There is a leak, you can say, the passenger system. The other party can easily report that person, but it is the end-to-end encrypted. Still, it is leak.
See,
How
that
that was
process is end-to-end encryption. End-to-end encryption means when, for example, Akesh is sending one message to, let's say, anyone. So then Akesh can send that, and Akesh and the person whom he has sent the message or whom or her he has sent, they only can see. In middle, no one can access that one. That means it would be encrypted. End-to-end encryption is different. Here, it would be a kind of public encryption. Public encryption means all the participants who are the members of that chain, they can have the access. Likewise. Okay, so this is different kind of encryption. Others cannot see, outsiders cannot see. That means authorized persons can only see. Likewise. Okay, so that's the basic difference. Okay, so that is one thing. So one thing is that it utilizes that cryptographic techniques, cryptography methods. That means that is one of the thing. And very important thing that you have to remember here is that it will be based on the principle of, it is based on the principle of consensus. Principle of consensus. Remember this is very important. So first and foremost thing is it would be based upon the principle of consensus. Okay, so I'll explain what is consensus. Like when we were talking about things like the multilateral export control regimes, there we were using the word called consensus. What do you mean by consensus? If we are initiating anything, then all the members should accept to that or should provide their consent. Then only that would be that will come into action. Are you getting? So here, what is the principle of consensus means? Like let's say, so you are all just we are all running a platform like blockchain technology using. So where, for example, one person is sending one thing, like for example, Nisha is sending one transaction to, let's say, Vishal. So then what will happen? So here, a transaction would be first initiated. Okay, so what will happen here? First, one transaction, it would be initiated first. Okay, so initiation of transaction. So after initiation of transaction, then in this chain, there would be a lot of nodes connected. Participants would be known as nodes here in this language. So you remember one thing, like for example, if I want to explain what is blockchain in simple way, block, it consists of two words. One is nothing but block, other one is nothing but chain. So here, what is block means? Block is nothing but it's the form of digital information. Digital information. And what is chain here? This digital information will be stored on a public database. Okay, and this that public database where these blocks, that means digital information, would be stored, is known as chain. Okay, so it's nothing but the public database. The public database where the digital information is stored. Okay, that means if this is a block, so this block, after getting approval, it would be added to a chain. Like let's say this might be another block, this might be another block, this might be another block, and to this list other blocks would be added. Like this can be one thing, this can be one thing, So like this, blocks would be added. That means one block is nothing but one digital information, one transaction. Are you getting? So let's say, for example, one person A has been sent a transaction to B. So that would be recorded here. And likewise, this will happen. So here we will have something called nodes. Node. What is node means? Node is nothing but, nodes are nothing but participants. Participants in this, associated in this platform. Okay. So here what will happen means, usually we can say there we can expect initiation of a transaction. Assume that there is a transaction that has been initiated. So after initiation, what will happen? So there we'll have a block would be created on the basis of this input. Okay. So next process would be that creation of a block. What is block again? Block refers to digital information. Yes, digital information. Okay, block would be created. And now this block should be added to the chain. So during this process, what will happen? What would be the sequential steps that will happen? Okay, so after creating a block, then what will happen? This block would be distributed to various participants. That means to various nodes. That means information would be distributed to various nodes. Okay. So what will happen? So now you see there is this, and this is the block. And after creation of the block, this block will be sent to various nodes. Assume this is one node. This is one node. That means participant. So participant means members only. Okay. And here, once it is distributed, that means distribution of block to various nodes. Okay. So once this gets distributed, obviously it would be these nodes will have to approve. So once it goes, it would be in non-approval state. Okay. Now let's say this is person A, person B, person C, person D. Okay. And now what they have to do, nodes have to, all the nodes, let's say for example 10 nodes, 15 nodes, 100 nodes, 1000 nodes, that means how many ever the participants, they all have to approve this transaction. When they all approve, then only this transaction can be added to a block. This transaction will get complete. Otherwise, it won't happen. That means all the nodes or all the participants connected to this platform shall have to provide their consent so that we are approving this block. Okay. So next process would be that approval of the blocks by various nodes. Once they provide the approval, that means there the next process would be that, like it would be validation of the blocks by nodes, by various nodes. So here we have to get that validation from all the nodes. All the participants have to approve that we are approving this transaction. Once all the people will do, then that principle is known as principle of consensus. Everyone, if anyone disagrees that I'm not approving this, then the transaction would be declined. Okay, so that will happen. But if you take up this to normal level, like let's say for example, one person is sending, person A is sending money to person B. There, they are connected through let's say banks. Then platform would be that, like for example, you are in platform, you are in State Bank, and other person is in, let's say, HDFC. So transaction would be initiated from SBI. Then from here, the request would be taken up by the HDFC. So in between these two things, it will happen. So no need of consensus. One will initiate, another will accept, thing will happen. But here it won't be the situation because that is connected to central platform, but this is connected to decentralized platform. So decentralized means all the nodes have to approve that. Are you getting? So after approval, now you see after approval, thing is that this will become, this transaction will become, this will add it to a block. Let's say, like as we have saw, if this is the existing block, so then a new block would be added. So let's say this might be a new block that has been added to this. Like that, it will add. Okay. So after addition of the block, then transaction would be completed. Transaction would be completed. Or transaction completes. So this would be the process. Now, you may ask one question. Why do they will accept? Why do they will provide consensus? What do they get? For example, when I am sending money to someone, so for example, I am sending money to Vijay, so then transaction between us. So then why others will just give their consensus? What is the benefit to them? Benefit would be that the nodes will receive the rewards. They will receive the reward for providing their consent. So here advantage for the nodes would be getting rewards. It can be monetary rewards, or it can be points, or it can be things which they can encash. Okay, so when they are getting reward for nothing, obviously what they will do? They will approve. That's how. So a kind of incentivization will be there. So that's how it would be done. So this is the basic thing which will happen. Okay, that means what is blockchain? By this mechanism, if you want to say what is the mechanism, blockchain technology creates a chain of blocks containing digital information. Okay, it creates chain of blocks containing digital information which can be stored over a public database. Okay, why we are using the word public database? We are using the word public database because so many nodes, so many participants would be connected, and they will be the participants here. So public database. So that is how we will say. So in simple fashion, block means digital information, chain means the public database where these digital information will be stored. Okay, so that is one thing. So there, if you see examples, or if you see applications of blockchain technology can be used over various platforms. Applications of blockchain technology can not only be seen in the financial sector, rather it can be seen in various platforms. Okay, somewhere you mentioned like applications of blockchain technology. So there you have to refer what are the probable applications of blockchain technology. Okay, so refer so that any things can be picked and asked in applications point of view. Okay, so what are the advantages of blockchain technology? So that is another important thing. Okay, so if you look at some of the advantages, so simple thing is that it is a kind of decentralized technology. So it's a kind of digital platform first of all. So ease of operation would be simple. And when we are doing on digital platforms, so it is a kind of faster modality technology. So the transactions can be done in a faster mode, they can be done in a cheaper mode, okay, and they can be done without having any centralized authority. So that things will happen on a decentralized manner. Okay, so that is one another advantage. And the next advantage is that Once a transaction has been initiated by one person, then that transaction cannot be manipulated or cannot be changed. That means whatever the digital information that you are giving, it would be immutable. It would be immutable. Immutable, mutation. Can you able to recollect what is mutation? Mutation means any sudden change. Okay, so immutable means it cannot be changed in the middle. That means other participants cannot change the information on that. Are you getting? The one who initiates, that's the final initiation, that's the final information. Okay, and as this transaction, as this kind of thing will be known to everyone, so we can have a kind of transparency stating that person A has initiated a transaction towards person B and this transaction has been done. So all the persons has to approve, all the nodes participants has to approve. That means there would be a kind of transparency in the system that so and so digital transaction has been initiated and digital transaction has been completed. Okay, so transparency would be there. After transparency, we are saying that it is a peer-to-peer technology and it uses cryptographic technology techniques. So as we are using this, we will have very high security. Transactions can be secure. Transactions can be secure. That means there cannot be any sort of hacking such kind of aspects. To hack such kind of things, it becomes very, very difficult. So from security point of view, transactions will be highly secured. Okay, so as they will use these cryptographic methods, so outsiders will not be entered, will not be allowed at any cost. So if you want to do anything, then you should be a member. If you're being a member, if you are doing anything, then everyone will get the information that this person has done this. So then if you want to do some manipulation, everyone will get to know. So immediately there can be an action. Like so, transactions would be highly secured. So faster transactions, cheaper transactions, secure transactions, and decentralized transactions, and immutable transactions, and transparency in the system. So all of them would be a kind of added advantages to the blockchain technology. So meanwhile, we'll also have we'll have some sort of disadvantages also, that if one node did not notice that one, so that transaction would be pending until unless that person approves, transaction will not finish. So sometimes there can be such kind of issues, but obviously once you are getting into that, then obviously you will have to be active. So that is one thing. So likewise there can be some disadvantages also, but nevertheless it would be a secured platform and which we can use it over various areas. Okay, so in this process, like if we talk from the perspective of this, one of the prospective application is cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency will use the blockchain technology. Okay, so cryptocurrency means it's a kind of digital currency. Have you heard about bitcoins? Have you heard about litcoins? Have you heard about Libra? What is Libra? Libra? Be louder. It's a cryptocurrency launched by whom? Launched by which platform? Libra. Libra is a cryptocurrency launched by Facebook. Okay, Libra. So you mentioned like bitcoins, litcoins, Libra, then Ethereum, Libra, EUTHEREUM, Ethereum. So they're all nothing but some of the examples of the cryptocurrencies. In simple fashion to say, cryptocurrency is nothing but a kind of digital currency.